What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give this video a like. If you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now, let's go and get into this video. Alright, it's time for the 2019-2020 Green Bay Packers team preview, man. We've done all of the divisions but one. And we're down to the last division, and I wanted to leave it to one of the most difficult divisions, in my opinion, probably the toughest division in the NFL going into the 2019-2020 season, the NFC North. And like I said earlier, 2019-2020 Green Bay Packers preview. I'm not going to talk your heads off. We've been here for the longest, done 2018 previews, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this one. All right, speaking about the 2018 Green Bay Packers, of course, last year was a super disappointing year. Anything that could have went bad went bad. Of course, the long term coach, Mike McCarthy, he got fired. It wasn't shocking that he got fired, but it was shocking because he's been there for the longest, and you always expect Mike McCarthy to be on the Green Bay Packers. Well, there's a new coach in town. Going into this year, they got Matt LaFleur, right? Matt LaFleur, more of an offensive mind. There's a little bit of tension already going on with him and Aaron Rodgers, according to the media, but, he's more of an offensive mind. They're already talking about more of a balanced offense. So we'll see how that plays out. But on to just the roster overall. Of course, we speak about the offense first. And, Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers. We all know. One of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. One of the most talented quarterbacks we ever seen. I mean, that is what it is. Now, these last 2 years, of course, been disappointing years. The 2017 season, of course, he dealt with injury, right? Last year, if we're looking at just stats-wise, Aaron Rodgers had 4,000 plus yards, had 25 touchdowns, only 2 picks. But for the people who actually watch real game tape, saw that that's not the Aaron Rodgers that we know, right? And Aaron Rodgers still has all the ability. I mean, you can say that he lost a little bit of athleticism. He might not still have the same athleticism that he had in, 2011. But he can still scramble if needed. We already know that he's probably has a top 10 arm in the NFL. Super accurate. Has great quarterback awareness. It was like last year, it felt like, after a point, he pretty much tanked the season. That's just my thoughts. But, hopefully, he's coming in rejuvenated. And he has to prove a point, man. He has to prove a point because, a lot of people feel that his time is up. A lot of people feel that his time is up. And I think this is really a prove it year, not a prove it year to see if Aaron Rodgers is good. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented quarterbacks we ever seen. But a prove a year to see if he can still get it done. His peers, Tom Brady, still winning championships, right? Breeze is still up there doing his thing. Phillip Rivers, Big Ben, they all contending. Is Aaron Rodgers still going to be a contender? I mean, the last time he's made the playoffs was 2016, and when you're the caliber of a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, you just can't let that happen. But we already know what the skill set is with Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, one of the most skilled quarterbacks we've ever seen, and it's just a prove a year. Now you got Deshaun Kaiser as the backup quarterback. It's gonna be interesting what he does. You're gonna probably see a lot of him in the preseason. He also has a really good arm himself. Not the most accurate. Awareness was kind of sketchy when I saw him play in Cleveland. So maybe he can learn a little bit from Aaron Rodgers. Into the running back position, Aaron Jones. He's the running back one. He's a really solid running back. Personally, my favorite running back on the entire team is Jamal Williams. I like how he runs in between the tackles, man. This guy can really run between the tackles, for real. So I think we might see a little bit more of him. We might see a little bit more of him. Because like I said, I expect the Packers to run the ball a lot more. But yeah, that's what I expect in the running game. On to the wide receiver position, Davante Adams. We know that Davante Adams is elite. That's football heads. Yeah, I think, of course, he's proven himself as the number one receiver, of course, on this team. Has one of the best releases in the NFL. Big receiver. One of the best possession receivers we have in the game. Expect him to have a really good season. I'm going to definitely be looking out for him in fantasy football. But, another receiver I expect to have a pretty good season. Somebody that's actually been talked about a good amount. Marquise Valdes-Scantling. Man. I'm pretty sure he runs the slot. I'm pretty sure he does. But anyway, rather if he's playing the outside or the slot, I'm expecting him to have a pretty good season. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, we know about him. A lot of people say that he's not a leader and how he doesn't give people compliments and doesn't, talk good about his teammates. Well, he was actually in training camp. He was talking a good amount about Marquise Valdes-Scantling. That's what I'm talking about in a good way. He was talking about how he's loving the work that he's been putting in, and he thinks that he's going to have a really good connection with him this upcoming season. So maybe he's a slot replacement for Jordy Nelson. They lost Randall Cobb, right? So they're going to need somebody to fill that gap, and I guess it's going to be Valdes-Scantling, man. But look. Besides that, though, the wide receiver position, depth-wise, it's still kind of shaky. I mean, if one of those top receivers, Adams or Marquise Valdes-Scantling gets injured, I mean, it could look bad. It could look bad really quick. So maybe they should add some depth. Dez Bryant, he's still out there. I heard that Green Bay is still not interested in him. You need some more wide receiver depth, though. Whether that's a Dez Bryant, a Michael Crabtree, he's still out there on the market. They got to find somebody out there. I know they got some people like Allison. I think he has some potential, right? But in my opinion, I think they need some more out there. Tight end position. Of course, you got Jimmy Grimm. Not the same Jimmy Grimm he was in New Orleans, of course. And I also think Seattle Seahawks Jimmy Grimm is super underrated. But a solid tight end. Mercedes Lewis. He's still in the league, man. He's still in the league. He's going to be out there, of course, more for the blocking plays, right? Because Graham has never been a natural blocking. But Mercedes Lewis, he can be in there for the I-form packages, So, those two tight ends play off each other. They got Ricky and Sternberger, who might see some time. So the tight end position might, probably has some good potential out there. Maybe Jimmy Graham has an even better year than we had last year. It was kind of up and down last year. Maybe he becomes a bigger threat of the offense with somebody like Cobb not there anymore. On to the offensive line. First of all, you got probably the best pass protector in the game. Somebody who protects Aaron Rodgers, protects his blind spot. David Bakhtiari. I think I butchered his last name, but any football fan would tell you, any NFL fan would tell you that he's one of the best pass protectors that we have in the game. I mean, that's what he does. That's what he is. One of the best pass protectors. Point blank period. You got Corey Lindsey, Brian Bulaga. There's some tough names to pronounce on this offensive line, but look, the Green Bay Packers have a really good offensive line, really solid offensive line, And that plays a huge part. We know Aaron Rodgers injuries have derailed him these past few years, and having a solid offensive line, a really good offensive line, could help him stay healthy. Even last year, I know he played most of the games last year, but he was dealing with injury. We remember that Bears game. Now, ultimately, he came back from that game, but he was injured that game. I mean, that he was dealing with that pretty much throughout the season. So I heard some reports that he's finally fully healthy. That's good to hear. Offensive line fully healthy. So, I mean, it's looking really good. I mean, overall, I'm expecting this offense to be better than what they were last year. You got a new offensive mind coach, and I personally, I like Mike McCarthy. I liked him, but maybe Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur, they just have better chemistry. I'm not sure, because we got to remember Mike McCarthy, he did lead this team. Him and Rodgers did lead this team to a Super Bowl in 2010. So, I mean, we'll see. But we are already hearing that Aaron Rodgers, he's not going to be able to call all the shots, which is odd, right? He's going to only have a certain amount of audibles he can go to. So that's kind of odd, weird way to start it off. But, you still got Rodgers, though. One of the most talented quarterbacks we'll ever see. You got Adams, right? You got two solid running backs, in my opinion. I'm big on Jamal Williams, right? So this offense should still be really good. I'm not going to say that they're going to be elite. Yes, they have the potential to be elite. They got talent all around. But I'm going to just say that they're really good on the safe side. On to the defense. This is what I really want to speak on, man. This defense has improved overall. And a lot of football heads have realized that throughout the offseason, that this defense is something to watch out for. Let's speak about it. Now, I'm going to speak about the defensive line first, and you guys know how I feel about them giving up Mike Daniels. I know what the reason for it. It was for cap situation. It was a cap situation. But, I still think that's going to hurt them on the field a bit. I mean, losing a talent like Mike Daniels, right, you can't improve when you lose a star player like that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't seen teams improve after losing a star player like that, who's been in the system for a while, right? So you guys know how I feel about that. But this defensive line is still really good. It's still really good. Kenny Clark, right? Nose tackle. He's part of the reason why they gave up Mike Daniels, because they trust in Kenny Clark. They think that he's the truth on the defensive line, and he's proven it. He's proven that he's a really good defensive tackle. He really has. We'll see how he performs without Mike Daniels there, but we know that he's a monster himself. You got Down Larry, right? Solid defensive end. Montavious Adams, solid. So the defensive line is still good. It's still good. I think Mike Daniels would have probably made them a really, really good defensive line. But, you got to do what you got to do in the front office. On to the linebacker position. I really like it, man. I'm really liking this linebacking position, man. This linebacking core overall. It has me excited, man. Preston Smith. They brought in Preston Smith from the Washington Redskins. I like his ability. He's big, right? Can tackle. I like it. Blake Martinez. He was part of this team last year. He led the team in tackles, right? Yeah, he's a tackling machine. I know his coverage skills is whatever, but man, you can't go wrong with a linebacker who tackles. I love linebackers who can tackle. So I'm a fan of Blake Martinez's game. So you got him. They brought in Darius Smith, right? And you can't forget Darius Smith played a really big part of the Baltimore Ravens defense last year. And also, they got Rashawn Gary now. Now, whether if he's going to play on the defensive line or the linebacking core, or be part of the linebackers, we'll see. But, of course, he's a rookie, right? They drafted him really high. He's versatile. So you might see him on the line, which you might see him a little bit more on the line since he's 277 pounds. But he's versatile. So he might play in the linebacking core. It's going to be interesting because this is a 3-4 defense. They have a 3-man front. So you're going to see them all around. You're going to see them all around the front seven. So overall, this front seven it's one of the most underrated front sevens in the NFL. I mean, it really is. Like I said, Mike Daniels brought this front seven to a whole nother level. But this is still, in my opinion, probably a top 10 front seven. This linebacking core is really good. The defensive line is good. Right? And that's not it. We got to speak about the secondary. Jair Alexander, he was a rookie last year. Made an impact immediately, right? Made an impact immediately. You know? He's shown that he's going to be one of the great cornerbacks in the upcoming future. They drafted strong safety Darnell Savage Jr. I know a lot of people are going to love that last name, right? Free safety from Maryland. You know, personally, like I said, I don't really watch. I really don't watch college football, but he's coming in with a lot of potential. He said that he can tackle. He can play the one-high safety, right? He's been good in the box. So this is somebody that's going to probably come in and make an immediate impact, right? At the other safety position, they have Adrian Amos. Always been a fan of Adrian Amos. I know the Packers, they lost HaHa Clinton-Dix, right? But Adrian Amos is a stud, dude. Adrian Amos is a stud, man. Remember him in Chicago, man. Dude can really tackle. A really good tackler, man. I love his tackling ability. He has good ball skills. Really physical, man. Really physical. Hard hitter. Really has good awareness. Has good ball skills. Right? Big. I mean, we're really seeing the best defense the Packers have probably ever had in the Aaron Rodgers era. In the Aaron Rodgers era, this is probably the best defense that they have. And you know, the Packers throughout the all season, they've been big on, you know, the big thing that they want to work on is forcing the ball. You know, getting takeaways. And if you get in takeaways, right, that's giving the offense more possessions. That's giving the offense the ball more. And if you're going to give someone like Aaron Rodgers the ball more, it could be scary. What's the big issue? The Packers defense is, you know, most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, but most of the time have let Aaron Rodgers down. You know, they still lost some pieces here. There is no more Clay Matthews, no more John Ryan. Like I said, no more Mike Daniels, but this defense, in my opinion, is going to be elite. It's going to be really up there for top 10 defenses. I mean, it really is. Not to mention that they still got Jamal Williams who's going to run a slot cornerback position. I know he's old, but he still gets things done. So overall, man, this defense is for real. This defense is really legit, and that's scary. Because when's the last time we could have said that the Green Bay Packers defense is legit? Even that Super Bowl year, the Packers defense, it wasn't that, right? I believe they were ranked the 31st or 32nd defense that year that they won the Super Bowl. Trust me, unless any absurd injuries happen around this defense, this team won't be the 31st, 32nd ranked defense. I can almost guarantee that this is going to be a top 15, top 10 defense, no doubt. No doubt. So I'm really liking this defense, man, and it's gonna be scary, right? It's gonna be really scary. But we spoke about the offense, spoke about the defense, even spoke about the coaching staff. You guys know what time it is. It's time to rank the team, man. It's time to rank the Green Bay Packers. And I thought about this for the longest. It's been 2 disappointing years last year, the past 2 seasons. Haven't made the playoffs since 2016. And, that's, for a football fan like me who's been watching the NFL since, 2007, 2006, ever since I've been able to pretty much learn the game of football, the Packers have been contenders from the Brett Favre era to the Aaron Rodgers era. Last 2 years have been underwhelming, but I expect the Green Bay Packers to get back to what they known for, and that's being a winning team. I have to put them in tier 2. I have to put them in tier 2 team. Their offense is, like I said, part of it is concerning. The depth, the wide receiver depth seems kind of concerning a bit, right? Aaron Rodgers' health is something that you always have to pay attention to. But this defense is what separates this team. I mean, honestly, if this was a defense, if they kept the same defense from last year, still would have lost Mike Daniels, I would put them in tier 3. But with this defense, just improving like they did all season, I had to put this team in tier 2. They have to be a really good team because they got too much star talent on the offensive side to not be able to get some points, right? They got too many stars on the offensive side to not produce. And this defense is going to be really good. This defense is going to be really good. So that's my thoughts. I think Packers Nation, I think y'all a tier 2 team, right? I'm expecting Aaron Rodgers to have, I'm not going to say a breakout season because he's a proven Hall of Famer, but he's going to get back to a dominant Aaron Rodgers season. He might not throw for 40, 50 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure it's going to be more of a balanced team, right? But we'll see Aaron Rodgers back in that 30 touchdown range, right? Hopefully he can stay healthy, though. Hopefully, right? But that's my thoughts, man. That's my thoughts, man. It's a tough NFC North division, man. Like I said, probably, in my opinion, the toughest division in the NFL going into the season. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But that's just my thoughts, Packers Nation. If you guys agree or disagree, don't shy a comment down below. I'm going to see your comment. So as long as it's not disrespectful, and if you're not, out of pocket, I respond and we can have a little debate in the comment section. But I feel that I was showing the Green Bay Packers mad love. So that's my thoughts. Tier 2 team. But that's all I really got to say. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some more gaming content, give this video a like. And if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. I'm the phenomenal one, and I'm out. Deuces.